Let's begin today's Vanguard news with the confirmation that this season of Vanguard Divines will only be 12 episodes, with the season finale being aired on the 4th of October. With the previous episode suddenly introducing a new waifu, it's safe to assume that the series will continue to go for another season. To the 180 people who didn't know about Cardfight area existed and bought the slop, that was dear days too. DZBT06 comes out next month as paid DLC, almost a year since the set came out in Japan. This has got to be a new record. And because you're too stubborn to stop, here are the DLC schedule up to next year. May you be the top ranking player in a sea of bots. Despite my latest rambling video of what should happen for the next restriction list, Bushiroad decided to do the bare minimum once again and only hid Trick Moon down to 1 copy, while removing Sturgnal and Charmnet from the restriction list. While this restriction doesn't kill Bavsagra, it just means she can't consistently countercharge and create very high columns. This could also be a marketing ploy, so Bavsagra players get copies of Ars Virina to easily mill it from their decks. A perfect example of Bushiroad selling players the solution to a problem they themselves created, while Virina players will pay for Bavsagra's sins with the high demand in the secondary market. In a surprising twist that nobody expected, the Japanese version of DZBT11 will have a collab with Freya and the Slayer as Keta Sanctuary cards. And yes, that's the full translated title for those that didn't know. And unlike Love and Berry, whose only reason being in the nation is that they're angels, their aesthetics actually fits the nation and the game. My only hope for this collab is they don't introduce a new convoluted mechanic as well as not using screenshots from the anime for the artwork. But seeing as what Wise Swords got, expect Fern to be the most expensive card in this collab. For those pissed off that Liael got a very shitty triple rare support yesterday, Bushiroad is making Liael Draconis the DSR in DZBT11. This way you can at least feel twice as pissed that your DSR Liael Immorta is even more worthless now. Bring those pointy pencils and long fishing rods out. Costume Idol Alk is coming back as an encounter card in DZLBT02. Expect my comments section to be filled with players demanding various Bermuda Triangle cards that should have been the encounter card instead. It seems like Bushiroad is finally realizing their actual target demographic and made Suina and Rei Ryu from the Skyride manga the cover for DZBT12 and marking the first mainline booster to feature the Skyride series. For those not in the know, Suina uses Dark States and Rei Ryu uses Stoichenia. In fact, their decks is where Liael and Maedith came from, and their main Vanguard's Eternal Idea Alcasal and Deepland's Regulinus Athanasius will be getting a DSR rarity of sort illustrated by the manga's author himself. I can already hear your wallets crying in agony, just when you thought the collab reveals finally stopped. DZBT12 will also have new cards for Monster Strike. With the English game having not gotten this collab, either Bushiroad is going to outright remove them for the English release, or they can go the Bang Dream trigger out and make them nationless, so they can be used in any deck. I certainly hope it's the latter, as nation specific collab should not even be a thing in this game in the first place. Finally, if you were planning on selling your Liael deck core to help buy a new GPU like I was, prepare to be screwed over, as Bushiroad is releasing both Liaels as master deck sets starting next year. Notice that Immorta and not Draconis is a cover for the Keta Sanctuary version, implying that this deck set might not even have Draconis reprinted. But the real money card is Gabuelius anyway, so that is probably the only selling point for Immorta's deck set. For Odium, Avarice Rester would be the best reprinted can get, but that's about it. And that concludes this Vanguard news without the bullshit. Special thanks to my Patreon members for continuing to support my content creation. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments how the Japanese ban list is just going to be copy pasted again after 6 months.